Thank you for tuning in. This is Stylist John. I am preparing myself for Fashion Week. I did Fashion Week last week at 8 rails, 8 rails at the Sonic Foundry. Had a real good time. Really enjoyed myself. I probably serviced around 20 or 30 models with hair and makeup, and tomorrow I'm going to be doing about 8 to 10 models, and I'm preparing myself to get my kit ready. I'm going to pack light, I'm going to pack what I need, and I'm going to pack effective. Alright, so I'm going to zoom the camera back a little bit so that way you can see what I'm packing. I ain't never lacking. I'm always stacking. And I'm always trying to get it cracking. Okay, so in my makeup kit, I have a pretty big makeup kit. This is my makeup kit. This is the Mondo Studio kit. It's a pretty big kit. Okay, it's my makeup kit. Alright. And the reason why I'm packing my makeup kit is because I have a show to do tomorrow. And I want to make sure that I'm well prepared. I want to make sure that I'm well prepared, that I can service the models and do a good job on the makeup and the hair for the models, because I love doing editorial photo shoots, okay? I'm really big into fashion. I'm really big into barbering, hairstyling, and braiding. And one of my goals is to travel the world teaching, working with music artists, models, and business owners, and leaving a very strong legacy behind where I could raise my children comfortably with millions of dollars, but also I can help build up the community and be a philanthropist, okay? So, the reason why I work so hard doing what I'm doing is because I genuinely really love what I'm doing every day. I be having the time of my life every single day. I touch hair and do makeup on models, and every time I do barbering for guys and locks, I genuinely have a really good time. I'm a big music head. I'm always mixing, mastering, making beats, shooting music videos. And working with music artists. So, why am I packing my kit? Well, there's this saying that says, don't get ready, stay ready. So, I'm always looking to stay ready doing what I love to do. If there's an opportunity available for me to do what I do, I'm going to get my behind up and I'm going to work. I'm going to work tirelessly. I'm going to put all my all into it. I ain't going to stop until I'm completely tired doing everything that I'm supposed to do for that particular day. Get up and do the same thing again the next day, and I genuinely love it. Okay? How I fell in love with hairstyling. I fell in love with hairstyling and barbering initially from helping my grandmother when I was little with her hair. My grandmother used to sit in front of me while she was talking to me about life and roller set her hair up in little rollers. And she used to put her makeup face on. And so whenever my grandmother would put her makeup face on, I was always curious about why, whenever she gave me a hug, her makeup would come off on my clothes. I was always curious about that. Like, Grandma, why is your skin two-tone like how it is, and why every time you hug me, your makeup come off of my shirt? I was always curious about that. So I realized that my grandma had a slight case of vitiligo, meaning she was a peanut butter brown colored woman, but there were certain spots on her face and on her neck where she was really light skinned, like almost pale. And my great grandmother could almost pass for white, but she was a full-blooded Cherokee Indian with dark hair that looked like coffee that hung down past her butt. And she was a very fair-skinned woman, so I understand how my grandmother had two-tone skin in certain places. That's just how God made her with her melanin. And she was a very pretty woman. And she used to do her makeup every day. She would wake up in the morning, she would put on a pot of coffee, she would start cooking, and in between the time where she would cook and make sure everybody else had their pancakes and bacon and eggs and whatever she was making for the day and their fruit, she would stop, take a second, she would roll a set of hair while she was waiting for the business to get done, and I would help her section her hair, and she would have her little small compact of makeup, her lipstick, and a couple other items that she would use, and she would make her face while breakfast was on the stove. And when she got done making her face, breakfast was done, she looked pretty, and she would serve food for the family in the kitchen. And I used to sit right in front of her watching her do all this stuff, right? So quite naturally, I picked up some things that I didn't know I was going to need later in life. But the very first time that I did makeup on a woman in my professional career, it was a music artist that was in Chicago. She was a guitarist. She loved playing the guitar. The very first time that I did makeup on her and she smiled in the mirror, I knew I found something that I really love to do because I love art. And makeup to me is like art. It's like drawing. It's like making a Picasso painting, but it's a moving object that's walking past you. So that's how I developed my passion for makeup. I am a straight brother. I do love women. I'm single, by the way. If somebody's interested, you can DM me and put your number in the box. We can chop it up about a few things. But for those professional connections, I love doing editorial photo shoots. Okay? I love working with business owners. I love working with models, music artists, professional athletes. I love working with business professionals, Fortune 500 companies, nonprofits. I love creating images that will make your brand pop, okay? I have a keen eye for photography, and I have a keen eye to be creative and create something and make it look presentable to represent your brand very well, okay? So the reason why I'm going live right now is because I want to let y'all know what I can do so I can connect with y'all and we can get some things going. I started a magazine, several magazines, okay? I got I Can Get You Fly magazine, okay? I got a song out on the radio called I Can Get You Fly, and it's doing numbers right now. So I got a magazine called I Can Get You Fly magazine, where it's a lookbook for all my hair and makeup looks. I also started a magazine called Tattoos and Piercings magazine, okay? So if you are a business owner, if you are an athlete, if you are a music artist, if you are an entrepreneur or someone that works in the trades profession, and you have tattoos, and you want to increase the image of your brand, and you want to market what you do, talk to me. I would love to do a hair and makeup project with you and do an editorial for either a half page or a full page. It does cost. However, I'm going to help your brand pop, so that way I'm going to put you in front of thousands of people. Okay? So I'm gonna start working on getting my kit together. No, so the designer I'm working with sent me the lookbook for the models that she want me to do. Okay, so I'm gonna start getting my kit ready because it's very important to stay ready. A lot of the looks that I'm going to be doing are nude or neutral looks. So I want to make sure I got my browns. I want to make sure I got my natural colors. This is one of my first eyeshadow palettes right here. It's made by BH. It's a little beat up, but this thing has got me through a lot of fashion shows, and I love colors, especially vibrant colors, okay? And so I'm definitely gonna make sure I keep that in my kit. I have a small compact that's full of neutral colors. This is made by Too Faced, okay? I'm gonna make sure I keep that in my kit because I'm gonna need these shimmery colors, and I'm gonna need the shades of brown from light to dark to do a day or a night look. I'm most definitely gonna need this lipstick palette because it has some really nice browns in there and some really strong pinks that are very pigmented. I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna make sure I take that with me. This is another one of my miscellaneous eyeshadow palettes. I'm going to set that aside. I'm most definitely gonna need some wipes. I'll keep that with me. You can never have enough wipes, and I'm gonna need an easel. I'm gonna need the paint easel. The paint easel is gonna help me with being able to have multiple colors that, cause I use my hand when I put makeup on my hand. I be having foundation, lipstick, eyeshadow all on my hand. I use my hand as a paint easel so I can see the tone of the color and how it's gonna look on the model's skin. Okay, and the reason why I do that is because I want to make sure that the model has the right pigment on their skin whenever I'm doing a look for them. Okay, so I'm definitely gonna need that. Make sure I keep that. I'm gonna need my setting powder. I got my favorite setting powder by NYX. This is a mineral makeup, which is very healthy. It's a shade of brown. I'm gonna make sure I got that. I'm gonna make sure I got my bronzer by LA Colors. This bronzer is really good for doing highlighting around the cheekbone area and the eyes and right above here to lighten up this area, but it's also good for doing a shimmery glow on the cheek. I'm gonna make sure I keep that. I'm gonna make sure I have my Magnificence Nude Edition from Rimmel London for my nude brown looks. I'm gonna make sure I got that. I'm gonna make sure I got my Hyper Real Glow by MAC. These are some of the best pigmented glows where when the light hit the skin, how it just refracts off of the skin. This MAC Hyper Glow, they got different shades of it. It's like a rose color to a gold color. this looks really good on darker women's skin. Now, it looks good on light skin, but it looks really good on dark skin. I had a model that I did at Fashion Week, and the model that I did at Fashion Week, she had real chocolate dark skin, and when the light hit her, it just reflected right off her. She like an Egyptian queen. I'm talking about she was gorgeous. And I love to help women look good. Look good, feel good, are good. Okay, so I'm going to bring my nudes palette because we're doing shades of brown. I'm going to bring my Maybelline lipstick palette. I've seen some reds. I'm going to leave behind my, I think I'm going to bring my blush palette with me. I think I'm going to bring that. I'm going to have it on standby. Of course, I'm going to need my lashes. I'm going to need my paint tool. This is the paint tool that you use whenever you're scraping out cream paint or cream makeup, so that way it doesn't get all over your hands, because cream makeup will leave a mess. I'm going to bring my brow kit for making HD brows. There's some models that's going to really appreciate their brows popping. And I'm going to bring my True Complexion cream palette from medium to dark. I got the medium to dark, it's cream. It's 3 steps. I'm bringing that. I'm bringing my Black Radiance True Complexion from medium to dark. I'm bringing that. I'm bringing the powder. I'm bringing the medium to dark powder. Okay, so we got powder, cream, got it. Okay, so I have a contour and blush. Well, maybe I'll use this, because this is maybe mainly for chocolate skin. I'm gonna bring my medium, my 6 color contour and blush palette, because I may have some lighter skin models. It's always good to be prepared when you're dealing with models. You can never be over prepared. And I want to bring my True Complexion highlighter palette. And the reason why I'm bringing this is because I want to make sure that I can create some illumination around the inner part of the eye, right here in the crease, under the nose, on the bottom part of the nose, the lip, and the chin. Because when the light hits the model just right, there's a shimmery, shiny illumination look that looks really good when it's placed just right, that makes the model look phenomenal. And ladies, if you never done makeup on yourself before, I would love to teach you how to do your own makeup. I have been doing makeup for the past 7 years. Excuse me, 10 years. I've been doing makeup for the past 10 years. I fell in love with doing makeup on models the first time I did makeup on a neo soul artist, and she looked in the mirror and she smiled at me when I got done doing her makeup. I said, oh, I got to do this all the time. I love the smile that she got. And her music was awesome. This is a lip palette. I think I'm gonna go ahead and use this up, because sometimes my colors seem to be blending a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and use this up real good. Just go ahead and use that up. Go ahead and bring that. Pinks. I'm going to put this one back because I want to pack light. Alright, I'm going to put this up. This is my color correcting palette. This is the color correcting palette. Right here. This can also be used, this is a color correcting palette, but this also can be used as foundation. I normally have to mix my foundations on models to get the skin tone accurate. So these are my foundation and concealer palettes for all skin tones, for 10 skin tones. I'm gonna make sure I keep that. Now I do have cream and liquid foundation in my kit. All right. I don't need all these clusters. I am going to take the dramatic lash. I'm going to take that with me. And the reason why I'm bringing pigmented setting powder is because the models that I work with, there are multiple models I'm going to be working with. I need to make sure I have a wide range of color. LA Girl has some pretty good setting powders. They have some HD Pro powders. This one is banana yellow. I'm going to put that in my kit. I'm going to bring translucent. I'm gonna make sure I bring my color correction palette. My color correction palette. I'm gonna make sure I bring a little strobe. Just for the light to hit it right. This is pretty much the similar thing that MAC has. Okay, so how am I going to pack my kit? I'm going to put my foundations on the bottom. My foundations on the bottom. Well, you know what? I take that back. I'm going to put the heavier palettes or the heavier cases on the bottom. The heavier ones on the bottom. Now, why am I doing that? The reason why I'm putting the heavier ones on the bottom is because they take up more surface area. So these are my rich pigmented pinks going into like my shades of red, going into my undertones of like tan to orange. These are really good for eyeshadows and blushes right here. I'm going to make sure I put that on the bottom. That's going to be on the bottom. The lipstick is going to be on the bottom. The cream. So it's going to go foundation, contour together on the bottom. Right next to my liquid and my cream foundations that's in a stick and in a jar form. I'm going to put my eyeshadows together. I'm going to put my lips palettes together. Okay. Color correct on the bottom. Foundation and concealer. And I'm going to put my color wheel in there. My color wheel is going to help me because sometimes